Good morning, listener. Welcome to another insightful edition of the Breakfast Show on Coal City 929 FM, Radio Nigeria, Enugu. It's the Ember months, that period of the year when energy is high, traffic is heavy, and unfortunately, prices often decide to climb to the rooftop. With households tightening belts, traders adjusting price tags, and families preparing for festivities under economic strain, today's conversation couldn't be more timely. Our topic is surviving the Ember months economy, coping with price hikes and inflation. And we are honored to have with us a respected financial expert, a community leader, a chairman of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Nigeria, Enugu, and District Society, Pastor Oliver Ogbonnaya Udensi. Pastor Udensi, good morning and welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me, and good day, listeners.
Pastor Udensi, the Ember months in Nigeria usually come with economic pressures, but this year seems particularly tough with fuel prices, food, transport, and almost everything witnessing sharp increases. From your professional standpoint, what factors are driving the current spike in prices and inflation as we enter the Ember months?
A lot of factors are responsible for this spike in prices of goods and services during Ember months. They include but not limited to 1. What I may call seasonal demands. Christmas and New Year celebrations drive up demands for food, drinks, and other essentials, leading to price increases. Increased social gatherings and other events such as weddings, parties, fund launches, project launches also boost demand. 2. Economic factors. Fuel prices. Fluctuations in global oil prices and subsidy removal impact transportation costs, contributing to inflation. Again, exchange rate volatility. A weaker naira increases import costs during this period, bringing up prices of goods and services. Security challenges. Disruptions to agriculture and supply value chain due to insecurity, such as banditry and terrorism, to a very high extent, contribute to price hikes. 4. Logistics and transportations. With so many people making travels for Christmas and other celebrations, and huge goods and services being moved from one location to the other, forces prices to go up in keeping with the laws of demand and supply, which says that the higher the demand, the higher the prices of goods and services.
Now, a lot of Nigerians are trying to stretch incomes that already feel too small. Families are cutting down on meals, transport, even medical expenses just to stay afloat. How would you describe the real economic impact of these price hikes on average Nigerian households, especially in urban cities like Enugu?
To say the least, the impact of these price hikes is nothing but scorching on the average Nigerian household, throwing more people down the poverty line. To tell you the truth, there are more half-dead men walking the streets than we have healthy men. All these extreme court measures by families, one way or the other, negatively impact their health status. When a family member will be in need of health care, but for paucity of funds, the family resorts to local concoctions and visit to quack medical practitioners. We cannot even start talking about the food we eat, as many families today no longer have balanced meals. They struggle to eat 101 or 001. Hence, every money that comes today almost goes into feeding of the family. And what do we talk about January? January is coming with its own dryness. School fees, house rents. School fees have to be paid in January, and most families, after December spendings, find it difficult to meet up with this school fees obligation. House rent, as we know, today in Enugu, Rents have tripled. Some places it has doubled. And this is putting serious stress on the families. Transport situation in Enugu is becoming chaotic as prices keep on going up every day. A place you normally commute for 300 naira is now 500 naira. Electricity is another wahala. These are basic needs of man. In Enugu today, you talk of Band A. Band A, 209 naira, 63 kobo per kilowatt. And a family spends up to 50 to 70,000 naira out of their meager resources on a monthly basis on electricity alone. How can he survive? Water is nowhere. We were promised that water will run, and up till now, people spend a lot of money on tankers to get water for their households. All these things are putting serious strains on the pockets of families.
Okay, our listener often tell us they feel overwhelmed. Salaries have not increased, but prices rise every week. So let's get practical. What practical financial strategies can families adopt right now to cope with rising costs during these Ember months?
Salaries for some time now have remained static for some obvious reasons, as they are not what you review on a daily basis. Conversely, prices of goods and services keep on moving almost on a daily basis as a result of increase in cost of production, and entrepreneurs who are added to make profits push this increase in cost of production back to the final consumers, who now bear the brunt of this increase. And to keep afloat, it is important for families to devise means to stay afloat. Hence, conscious financial planning based on your known income level and not unexpected windfalls are necessary, as windfalls are almost one-off. 2. Having multiple streams of income is also of a help and must not be overlooked. No matter how your work occupies your day, you can always find some passive activities that will yield you some money. It can be through investment or a side hustle. Again, that little plot of land near you can serve as a garden where you do a little farm work to help to keep the family afloat. And prudent spending is also very, very important. Know what to buy and know what not to buy. Know the function to attend and know the ones you will excuse yourself from. You must not attend every function, because if you do, they will impact on your pockets and the family will suffer for it.
We also have many small business owners listening, traders, transporters, artisans. They are dealing with the double pressure of higher operating costs and customers with weaker purchasing power. What advice would you give small and medium-scale businesses trying to stay afloat, trying to stay profitable during this inflationary season?
To these small and medium-scale business owners, it is important for them to understand that the same services they offer, there are so many others offering same around them. Hence, it is important for them to think outside the box and know how to spice up their services to make it stand out among others. Clients and customers today are looking beyond the ordinary and focusing on businesses that have carved out a niche for themselves through personalized and bespoke services. An upgrade of your business environment enhances the ambience of your business, which can attract more customer base to you. For example, a transporter with a clean vehicle, both interior and exterior, can always attract more commuters. And it is important for the operators of these small and medium scale businesses to also move out, travel out, see what others are doing elsewhere, learn, and relearn, and bring home those ideas you have learned back to your location and add it to your business to attract more customers. It is important also for these entrepreneurs in small and medium-scale enterprises to look out for a special need within their locality, which nobody currently is rendering services in, and use it to attract more customers to their businesses.
In addition, what role does financial discipline play for SMEs right now? And how can businesses adjust pricing without losing loyal customers?
In every endeavor of man, discipline is an essential tool to success. Hence, practitioners in the SME sector, the small and medium-scale enterprise owners, cannot succeed without discipline in their business. These small-scale businesses are still grappling with funds. Hence, the way and manner they manage their finances to a very large extent determines their success and failure rates. Banks at times are not predisposed to granting facilities to these small and medium-scale enterprises because of their high failure rates, which comes as a result of indiscipline in financial management. Small and medium-scale enterprises must learn how to keep records of their daily activities so that they can know their profit element from their activities so as not to spend beyond what their profit is, so that the continuity of the business will be assured. Small and medium-scale enterprises are usually owned by one man, and at times, if they are not meticulous, if they are not very much attached to the business, you see that business failing. Some of these business owners leave their businesses to attend parties and other functions at the detriment of their businesses. At these Ember months, this is when activities are on the rise and brisk businesses are made. As such, the SME operators cannot afford not to leverage on this time to make profit for their business and grow their business to a higher level.
Okay, if you are joining us on Breakfast Show, Coal City 929 FM, Radio Nigeria, Enugu, we're talking about surviving the Ember month economy, coping with price hikes and inflation. With guest Pastor Oliver Ogbonnaya Udensi, Chairman, Institute of Chartered Accountants of Nigeria, Enugu, and District Society. You can stream live at www.coalcityfm929.net.ng. Now, Pastor Udensi, let's take it this further. Price instability often reflects deeper structural issues. People want to know what changes to expect and what the government can realistically do. From a professional financial standpoint, what policy directions or interventions are necessary to stabilize prices and improve the economic outlook?
To stabilize prices and improve Nigerian economic outlook, the government can follow the following policy direction. 1. Monetary policy. The government should maintain a tight monetary policy to bring down rising prices of goods and services. Government can also increase the liquidity in the banking system by reducing the cash reserve ratio. You know, when there is cash crunch, money is not in circulation. There is a general lull in activities. Just like in Nigeria now, some prices of goods are coming down, but there is no money for households to buy these foods that are coming down. It's also a problem. 3. Fiscal policy. Government should look at reforms that will bring about increase of government spending on key areas like education, healthcare, and capital infrastructure to spike economic growth. Putting in place policies that guarantees transparency and accountability in public expenditure. This will in no small way help in making the economy more buoyant and the outlook more brighter. Government must deliberately make the business environment attractive enough to attract direct foreign investments, because the inflow of these foreign direct investments is what expands the GDP of the country and makes everybody busy in one way or the other. If the above measures are carefully implemented, the Nigerian economic outlook will become brighter and brighter by the day.
Okay, beyond economics, survival also requires discipline and mindset. People tend to overspend during the Ember months out of pressure, travel events, celebrations. From your pastoral and leadership experience, how can Nigerians manage social pressure and adopt a healthier financial mindset during this season?
There is no gainsaying the fact that Ember months are loaded periods, with Christmas and New Year sandwiched into it. Households must be very, very careful how they manage these periods. Men, fathers in particular, must have to be very, very careful how they absorb the pressure that comes with a period like this. Wives, children will all be on the neck of the father to provide for a period like this. It is important to sit back with your family and let them know what your financial plans are, what your budgets are for the period, so that the entire family can be carried along on what to do and what not to do within this period. Check the events the family can be able to honor within this period. It is not every event that you have been invited to that you have to attend. If it will adversely affect your pocket, it is advisable that you excuse yourself from that event. Another will still come tomorrow. Travels is equally important. Check the travels your pocket can be able to carry within this period and the ones it cannot be able to carry. If you spend all you have at this Christmas period and you have nothing to take care of, January spendings, warehouse rents, school fees, and other burdens show up, then your Christmas celebration must have been a failure. We must learn how to manage pressure that comes from the villagers, from relations, calling you for one luncheon or the other, calling you for one meeting or the other. Anyone you cannot conveniently take care of at this time should be put off so that you can be able to celebrate tomorrow with your loved ones.
All right, before we go, what final words of encouragement or guidance would you like to share with people navigating this challenging Ember month economy?
As a minister in God's temple, I cannot conclude this without encouraging people from the scriptures. 1 Peter chapter 5 verse 7 says, "Cast your cares upon him, for he cares for you." God cares for humanity. God have not created us to lack. All we need to do is to trust him, and he will help us in times like this. Philippians chapter 4 verse 19 says, "For my God shall supply all your needs according to his riches in glory," not according to the economies of the world. When you trust God, God will definitely make a way for you, even in the wilderness where there is no way. God knows you are there. God knows the stress you are passing through. God knows that Christmas time like this will come and the prices of goods and services will go up. He knows how to take care of it. Rely on God. Work hard. God will surely make you to land safely. He says in the book of Matthew chapter 6 verse 26 that his eyes is upon the sparrows, the birds of the air. They neither plant, they neither sow, they don't do anything, they don't do any business, but God takes care of them. Rely on him and he will surely take you through these trying times. Thank you.
Pastor Oliver Ogbonnaya Udensi, Chairman of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Nigeria, Enugu and District Society, thank you so much for sharing your wisdom with us. To our listener, remember, economic challenges are real, but smart planning, discipline, and informed decisions can help you stay ahead. So stay safe, stay intentional, and stay hopeful. All right. This has been the Breakfast Show on Coal City 929 FM, Radio Nigeria, Enugu. Producers have been Jude Obu and Anayo Egerue. Supervisor, Lady Kate Nebo. General Manager, Coal City FM, Enugu. Executive Producer, Zonal Director, FRCN, Enugu National Station, Dr. Ikechukwu Eze. I am Ngozi Ebo, your presenter. Thanks for listening.